gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
And Lord knows we got problems with China, U.S. and China, but you don't see Stephon Marbury getting locked up. I wonder why. There are plenty of black men and white men who can't make it into the professional leagues or need some more player development, and they don't make it in the NBA. They don't make it in the NFL, so they play for these smaller leagues. They're getting smaller pay. They're probably not even getting paid as much as the WNBA players. But they're still complaining. They're acting like every male basketball player makes it to the NBA. I played college football. I didn't make it to the fucking NFL. Okay? And I could have went to the CFL or some XFL, but, I don't want CTE. So I'm good, all right? I'm good. I like working out, but I'm good on the CTE, the brain damage. Yeah, you don't see me complaining like, oh, man, I ain't making it in the NFL, bro. Like, bro, they really racist, bro. Even though everybody in the goddamn NFL is black. I mean, well, if the WNBA would have paid her more, she wouldn't have had to go overseas. Like I said, there are plenty of other athletes who have to go overseas to get that bag. Point blank.
NBA paid BG what she makes overseas and treated her the way she's treated overseas, she wouldn't go.
When was the last time
Told
you
you.
spoke to Brittney?
The last time that I've heard my wife's voice was actually February 17th.
How is she doing? And how do you know?
Exactly. I don't truly know.
Yes.
I'm in a position of complete vulnerability right now. I have to trust people that I didn't even know until February the 17th. So I'm trusting, her lawyers to, tell me when they go see her, how is she? It's the first question I ask, how is she? How does she look? How is her spirit? How is her energy? But the truth of the matter is, because I haven't heard her voice myself, I don't 100% know. But I am being told that, she's doing okay.
So a week after Brittney was detained, Russia invades Ukraine.
That almost killed me, actually. I was terrified what that meant. Am I ever going to see her again? Initially, that was the first thing that probably popped in my mind when that happened. I thought that was it. I'm like, I'm really never going to see her again.
Is she being used as a political pawn?
So you heard her. She said she's never going to see her again immediately. So she already thinking about, okay, how am I gonna get my sexual fix? How am I going to supplement my orgasms that I'm used to having?
Yes.
If it was LeBron or KD or Steph Curry.
Let me stop you right here. It's not. It wasn't. They're not that stupid. End of discussion. If it was LeBron, if it was KD, if it was another black man, they would have let him out, right? Wrong. Let me tell you what, if it was LeBron or KD, they would have had better leverage. I'll say that. There would have been more leverage to make a trade. Those are some folks out, okay, I don't approve of it, but make the trade. Fuck it. We need LeBron back for next season. Point blank.
Do you think that you would be sitting here today?
Respectfully, and no shade to them when I say this, but the answer to that question would be no, I don't. And I just think, it's because we do live in a world that, the bigger the platform, the bigger the urgency. And, because of the difference in that WNBA platform and that NBA platform, it's going to be a difference in urgency.
The players who are in the NBA that, as you talked about earlier, sometimes have a larger platform. It's not fair, but it's what it is. What do you think some of the players can be doing to be helpful right now?
In my opinion, honestly, exactly what Chris Paul was doing. It blew my mind when I saw him walk in, and my wife on his body. I hate that, we are here. But things like that, they help, they matter. His platform is humongous. And so for him to, use
Bruh, that literally means nothing. Y'all need to be focused on how are you going to convince Putin.
it in that way to show support, like it meant the world to me, and I know it's going to mean the world to BG. She doesn't even know about any of this stuff, to my knowledge, because I don't know if she can see this type of stuff, but one day she
Shout out to Dream Doll. She actually made a really good point in the chat. She says they cry and say black men are the most persecuted by the system, then turn around and say if it was a black man, they would have let him out. They literally move the goalposts every situation.
Oh, say like
Absolutely. Very insightful. It's like they want to say, oh, black men are oppressed. So who's more oppressed, black men or black women? Like now at this point, we're in the oppression Olympics.
You will, because I have so much faith that we're going to get her back. And so, speaking for her, I know she would care, and I definitely care.
I'm curious to know how hopeful you are.
To be very honest,
I ain't gonna lie, the woman interviewing her is bad as fuck though. That ain't her hair though, but she's still bad.
As the days went by from the initial day of February 17th, I think for like that first week, 2-week mark, I was extremely hopeful, because in my mind, I'm like, this is...
Oh, that's Angela Rye. Damn, she cleaned up well. Like usually she'd be looking a hot mess. I didn't know that was her.
It's Brittney Griner. So for me, I was so hopeful because
damn, I don't know. It looked like they took like 7 years off her, because every time I see her, she looks stressed out.
I'm just like, they're gonna go get her. She's wrongfully grabbed. They're gonna go get her. Our president is going to, wake up and see that this is a big deal and that he can actually do something about it.
Have you spoken to the president?
I have not.
Not met with him?
No, have
so
not.
If you had the opportunity, Cherelle, today to say something to President Biden, what would you say?
If he is a person that can get my person back, I would love to meet him. I have requested a meeting with him. And so I hope he accepts in the near future, to meet with me, because I want my person back. I feel every second that BG's not here. Most people are counted by the days, but it's not days for me. Like, okay.
Here we go.
Okay. I need a second.
Okay, that's okay. Take your time.
She feeling guilty because she just fucked a nigga. Oh God. Oh my God. Brittney Griner has fucked up royally. I mean, how could you make a mistake like this? It's really ridiculous. The accountability is I'm sure it's overwhelming right now for Brittney, and we feel that it's in the air. Okay, it is in the air, and I mean, if she would have got arrested in America for the same thing, she probably wouldn't even got arrested. That's it. And she was complaining so much about that's what makes this story even worse.
Let's look now at what Brittney Griner could be facing, even as the U.S. government continues to negotiate for her release in a prisoner swap. The basketball star was sentenced to 9 years in a penal colony. That happened after Griner told a Russian court that she, quote, made an honest mistake. Her defense team had tried to persuade the judge to be lenient, saying Griner did not intend to break Russian law deliberately. Many WNBA players posted messages of solidarity, and she has been widely seen as caught up in the politics of the moment. But now there are tough choices ahead. Journalist Julia Yaffe follows this and the Russian system closely. She's the founding partner of Puck News, and she joins me now. Julia Yaffe, welcome back to the News Hour. So 9 years in a prison, in a penal colony, for possession of a small amount of cannabis oil. How does this sentence, do you think, compare to, say, what a Russian citizen or an ordinary foreigner would have received?
Well, it's hard to say because right now an American would get a lot. In fact, earlier this summer, just a couple months ago, an American teacher who used to work at the American Embassy, Mark Fogel, was sentenced to 14 years for possession of cannabis, even though he too had a medical marijuana prescription, which
See, so he's not the only one. He had a medical marijuana prescription, but so I mean, at least she's not alone in there. There's some people who she can look. I mean, this guy got more years than her, and he's a white man. So racism isn't the problem. Let's run it back.
earlier this summer, just a couple months ago, an American teacher who used to work at the American Embassy, Mark Fogel, was sentenced to 14 years for possession of cannabis, even though he too had a medical marijuana prescription, which of course is meaningless in the Russian system, which is a zero tolerance country. And of course, this isn't about marijuana, and this isn't about medical marijuana. This is about the fact that Russia sees itself not as being at war with the U.S. in Ukraine right now, and it is basically kidnapping American citizens and using them as pawns to get concessions out of the U.S.
So the fact that she tried apparently to play it straight. She said it was a mistake. She said she apologized for what had happened, but that didn't seem to have any bearing on the sentence that she received.
Even if we disregard the situation around her, Russia invaded Ukraine just exactly a week after she was arrested. But even if we set that aside, even if we set aside the fact that the relations between Washington and Moscow completely fell apart in the week after she was arrested, just the arrest for drug possession basically presupposes a guilty verdict. It doesn't matter what she said in court, whether she pled guilty or not guilty, how she explained it, what kind of witnesses she brought, she would have been found guilty no matter what. The question is just, how long would the sentence be that the prosecutor...
You know how she wouldn't have been found guilty if she didn't have the vape carts on her. Shout out to Performa with the 149 super sticker.
Oh, say less.
Appreciate your support, buddy. Appreciate the support.
Prosecutor asked for, and what kind of sentence the judge would have handed down. Would it be something quote unquote light, like a 5-year, say, probation sentence, or something lenient like 6 or 7 years in a penal colony? It's worth noting that the most common prison sentence for Russian women, most Russian women in penal colonies in Russia are there for drug possession.
We don't know what to make of that. What do you think the prospects are, Julia?
So they have a zero tolerance on drugs, as you can see.
Yaffe, that there was all this talk last week about a potential prisoner swap for Brittney Griner and another American being held in Russia, Paul Whelan, for Victor Bout, a notorious arms dealer being held in the United States. What do you think the prospects are for something like that coming together?
Well, there's two things going on. The first thing is that even though Paul Whelan was framed with a memory card, essentially, and Brittney Griner was arrested with a small amount of cannabis oil, and they're being potentially traded for an arms dealer who traded arms at a massive scale internationally, which you would think would be still a lopsided trade in Russia's favor. The Russians are saying, let's do a 2-for-2 trade, otherwise it doesn't count. And they're
oh, so you thought Russia was going to play fair, which 2-for-2 is pretty fair. Doesn't matter what the people are. It's a person for a person. That's literally all it is.
Trying to offer things that are not serious. They're now throwing into the equation an elite FSB officer who was convicted in Germany of assassinating somebody in a German park in broad daylight. So not only is he a murderer, but he's in German custody, and he's not somebody that the US can even hand over. He's not in US custody. From what my sources in the Biden administration tell me, though, the talks are not going well. The Russians don't seem eager to play ball, and they seem to be just kind of dragging their feet and seeing how much they can get out of the Biden administration.
They gonna let her ass sit there.
So hardly any equivalence if there were to be a swap. Julia Yaffe, what does she face? 9 years in a penal colony? What kind of imprisonment are we talking about?
In Russia, people are in prison just for their pretrial detention and while their case is being appealed, and then they're transferred to a penal colony. And many of these penal colonies are built on sites where gulag camps were, and they still look like camps. There is a lot of outdoor time. They're doing a lot of work. A lot of women's colonies, they're sewing, for example, uniforms for state agencies. And
damn, not only are they in the gulags, but they put them hoes back in the kitchen doing domestic jobs. Them bitches sewing shit, ironing shit, cleaning up shit, washing dishes, bitches cooking. Lord have mercy. They put them hoes back in the kitchen, y'all. God damn. They turned them hoes into servants for the soldiers. They doing their laundry, cooking, cleaning, everything that American women say they don't want to do today. And we live in a patriarchy. Dude, in American prison, you got bitches eating each other's pussy, scissoring and fucking the guards and all types of shit. It's a cesspool in these American prisons. They're having a time of their damn lives. The ones who ain't lifers. And even the lifers are having a good old, dandy time. I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17. Like, come on. Y'all need to change y'all perspective on this country, because women have, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what the complaint is. Women have always lived better lives than men. Let's keep it a buck. Even when they said they were oppressed, y'all was still living better lives than men. Are still living better lives than men. Okay? So, I hate to be that guy, but suck it up.
Heads of these prison colonies make a lot of money off essentially the slave labor of the women in these camps. These camps are often quite violent and have very elaborate.
Oh, so now it's slave labor. Now it's slave labor. Well, last time I checked, when you are in prison, you give up your human rights. Not your human rights, but your legal rights. Okay? So you actually can be put to work, and I think that they need to bring that shit back to the States. I'm tired of seeing these niggas sagging in their prison uniforms doing TikTok dances. I'm done with it. It's like there's no consequences.
Hierarchies. There's a lot of sexual violence from the guards in these camps. And my fear is that Brittney Griner, as a very tall American and Black woman, really sticks out. She doesn't speak Russian. And unless...
If she doesn't learn Russian in these 10 years, she's a damn fool. She better start getting that damn dictionary, that English-Russian dictionary, ASAP. Today. Like, she needs to start today and finish that bitch by the end of August, because you got a long ride, honey. Just disregard any American media. Act like you finna be there for a decade. You better learn that damn language right now, tomorrow. Get you a cellmate, eat a pussy every now and then, get her to teach you the language, or you're done for.
Somebody there in the colony speaks English and takes her under their wing, she's going to have a really tough time navigating an already very harsh terrain.
Very difficult to even think about that. Julia Yaffe, thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, God. Yo, who just made that though? Let me see. David Von Kenner, he said, learn how to say I don't do butt stuff in Roski. Yo. Yeah, she better learn how to state her sexual preference or they finna run up in her ass. No cap. Okay? And no, they don't give a fuck what you identify by in Russia. That they, him, her, zer, sir, none of that shit matters. Okay? They don't give a fuck about how you identify. Straight up. So we do have the results for the polls. The question was, would you vote to trade Russian arms dealer for Brittney Griner? 10% said yes. We need to come to, what was it? We need to come to a compromise. And then 90% said no, see ya in 2031. So I appreciate everybody who voted on that poll. This has been a very great and informative stream. If I do say so myself, I'm giving myself a pat on the back because it was informative and it was like really funny. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of funny to bag on Brittney Griner, especially the way that she has just disrespected this country and disrespected the privilege that she has from living in this country. To see her now, man, I'm sure it's a wake-up call. And you know what? I hope that there's some resolution that can come about that doesn't involve trading very dangerous people for her release. Hopefully she can get time served in good behavior. But other than that, I don't really see a resolution coming from this unless they are willing to trade a very dangerous man for a woman who made a grave mistake. Okay, but other than that, my question is, will Cherelle hold her down? That's the real question that I want to ask the poll. So I'm going to ask this, and then we're going to get up out of here. Will Cherelle Griner, matter of fact, we'll ask this, because hold her down and staying celibate is two different things. We'll ask, will Cherelle Griner stay celibate during Brittney Griner's prison or gulag bid? Okay, so that's the question. Yes, she's a faithful woman. Oh, shit. Damn, my poll just got eliminated. Fuck. Hold on. Let me do it again. I pressed the wrong button. Cherelle Griner stay celibate during Brittney's gulag bid? Question mark. Yes. She's loyal. And no. Modern women ain't going without the D. All right, so let's get that poll voted on. Guys. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you share the stream. Check us out on Rumble. Guys. We are going to go to the Rumble stream really quickly. You can find me on Rumble. We had this whole live stream that will be broadcasted. That is being broadcasted on Rumble and will be it will be posted on the Rumble afterwards as well. Let's see some other things that we have to go over. The merch store, guys, make sure you hit that merch store, guys. We have so many different products and I'm adding to them probably like once or twice a week, honestly, because I am very busy, but I try to add more products so that you guys can cop all the BGZM new 17 gear. I think that logo is really dope. My girlfriend made the logo. Obviously it was my idea, but she really brought it to life. And, you know, I think it would be cool if y'all were rocking some BGZM new 17 merch out this bitch. We got the shorts as well. Okay. As you can see, the white shorts. You got the logo on the booty and the logo on the left corner of the shorts. And then we obviously have the t-shirts. And we also have the 90s Baby NFT hoodies, which we're also going to drop BGZM New 17 hoodies as well, because I want y'all to be warm because winter is coming. So let's see. The BGZM New 17 channel, guys, we need to get that joint to 1,000 subscribers, please. We need to get BGZM New 17 page to 1,000 subscribers. We've got 334 subscribers so far. So my goal is to get to 1,000 by the end of August. There's so much content coming out on BGZM New 17. Much more content than I can cover on here. Sometimes there will be overlap, but mostly there won't be. I drop on this channel 3 to 4 times a day, and then I drop on BGZ or Black Gen Z Mindset 3 times a day. So guys, you're not going to want to miss this. Also, tomorrow we are doing the stream on the crime bill. So Black Gen Z Mindset, anybody who rocks with us, we are going to write a crime bill. We're going to use the 94 crime bill as a prototype or a blueprint rather. And we are going to take out what we don't like, implement what we do like, and we are going to write a crime bill together live. This is part 1. I plan to get through the whole 94 crime bill. So we're going to break it down from A to Z and take out the parts that we like, take out the parts we don't like. And we are formulating these thoughts and opinions and these additions to the crime bill in the Discord. So guys, make sure you join the Discord. That Discord link is in the description right here. Also hit the Patreon. We're going to be uploading all our content to Patreon as well. But I want you guys to join the Discord so that we can continue the discussion. Send me stories in the Discord. I appreciate you guys sending me these stories. I actually covered the CBS News, the CBS 46 News Atlanta story that happened in a Denny's in DeKalb County because one of you guys suggested it to me. I also covered the Frank Abrakwa situation, our good old friend there, because you guys recommended it to me. So if you guys, please, you know, respectfully, I love you guys, but if you're not emailing me about business, it would be better to send the stories in the Discord because I get notifications on the Discord and y'all are flooding my email. But I love y'all's you know, y'all's engagement, and I would not want to stifle that. I will just say I need to transition that over to the Discord because when I get hella stories and people sending me 30 stories a day in my email, it's hard to keep up with it. And you know, I don't want to be every Sunday. I gotta go through my emails and check what I didn't catch during the week, and it's just like a headache. So please send those stories to the Discord. Any stories that you think would be great for my channel, send them to the Discord, and you can check it out. People are still sending stories to the Discord, and we are going to be covering a lot of those stories that you guys send over to the Discord. I can't cover everything, okay? Can't cover everything, but like I said, guys, tune in tomorrow. We are going to be writing the crime bill together, and we're going to use a Google Doc, which I will add to the Discord so that we can all interactively add to the crime bill, write the crime bill ourselves, and maybe even present this bill to Congress. Hey, who knows? Okay. But anyways, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Guys, make sure you check out BGZM News 17. Make sure you follow BGZM News 17. Make sure you hit the merch store. I appreciate everybody who came in here. This was a great stream, very enlightening, very informative, and ultimately entertaining. So I appreciate everybody for coming in. Guys, I need you all to do me a quick favor. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to the channel, and make sure you put a 1 in the chat if you're going to leave a comment on this live stream immediately after the stream ends. That helps me with the algorithm, because y'all know that YouTube is shadow banning a brother. Okay, they don't want to see me winning. They want to see me in a penitentiary. So make sure y'all go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat if you're going to make a comment right after this video for the algorithm, so that we can grow and continue to find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. You already know what it is. We're going to give it up to Jenquavius Jackson to take us away. You already know. Peace.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured, but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo.
Whoa.
Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live.
That ain't
with
me.
Funky ass that's that nigga.
That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.